first of all, there's some games that you can't play, you got to watch. And if you're just watching the game and the team wins, that means your season tickets are going to get more expensive next year. But there are other games you can play. You go into a casino and you play the game, but you know the game's rigged against you. There are some games where the house wins, you're not winning. And Satoshi created a game that's rigged in favor of the individual.
Is he a real person?
Satoshi is a real person.
Do you know who he is?
Gone but not forgotten.
Do you know who that person is?
We're all Satoshi. We're all Satoshi now, Dave.
Okay.
Right?
BitcoinZella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to BitcoinZella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, Michael Saylor dives into why Bitcoin is the ultimate financial revolution everyone should join. Let's catch him to uncover his compelling case for embracing Bitcoin as the future of money.
The most important thing to know is that, like Prometheus gave us fire to warm up, Satoshi gave us a game we can all win, right? And Bitcoin is that game. It's, that there are certain things where, like, you don't want to be on a network where they can censor what you say and they can freeze your account. Bitcoin is a monetary network where it won't censor where you send your money. It won't freeze your account. And it's engineered in such a way that on the margin, you're winning the game over time. So think of it like, wouldn't it be great if you had a basketball team, you had LeBron James, you had Michael Jordan, and you had the digital version of them, and they played forever, and you could get on the court and play with them, and they're scoring 100 points, and you're scoring 2 points, but you're all getting rich together, and you're all winning together. That's what Bitcoin is like. It's like everybody gets to play. Everywhere in the world I go, there's like a fan club. There's hundreds of millions of people that are on Team Bitcoin. You should join Team Bitcoin. The 100 million fans would be rooting for you. And the great thing about it is you don't just win the game, you get wealthy while you're winning. I think we got to play the game of life, and half the game of life is economics. And so you have to play the economic game whether you like it or not. So you can put your money in a Lebanese bank and use Lebanese currency. The government inflates the currency, the bank freezes your assets, and you fail at the game of life. You can put your money in any asset in Africa, or you can put your money into Bitcoin. So the real appeal of Bitcoin is everybody in the world, they don't want to put their money in a bank in the middle of Africa in an African currency you've never heard of, right? But Bitcoin gives you control of your money, right? And is that egalitarian? Yeah. Is that humanitarian? Sure, it is. Is it economically smart? Yeah, right? So they're connected, right? You have to have economic empowerment if you're going to achieve whatever you want in life. And to be economically empowered, you have to be on a network that won't freeze you or censor you. And you got to have an asset that nobody else can debase. No corporation can screw up. No country can screw up. And that's what Bitcoin represents.
Google's unveiling of its latest quantum chip, Willow, has reignited debates about the potential threat quantum computing poses to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Quantum computers, unlike traditional machines, operate on the principles of quantum physics, using qubits that can exist as 0 and 1 simultaneously. This ability allows them to process complex calculations at speeds far beyond what classical computers can achieve. The breakthrough with Willow lies in its ability to reduce errors as more qubits are added, a challenge that has long hindered quantum computing's progress. Bitcoin's security is built on cryptographic techniques that are currently unbreakable by conventional computers. However, quantum computers theoretically could solve these encryption problems much faster. This has led to concerns that advancements like Willow might endanger Bitcoin's foundational security. Despite its achievements, Willow, with its 105 qubits, is far from the million qubits needed to pose a serious threat to Bitcoin. Experts agree that the gap between today's quantum technology and what is required to break Bitcoin remains vast, likely requiring decades of further development. For now, Bitcoin remains secure. Developers and researchers are already considering quantum-resistant protocols to ensure cryptocurrencies evolve alongside advancing technology. While quantum computing may pose a future threat, current developments like Willow are steps toward broader scientific innovation, rather than immediate risks to Bitcoin.
Like the land we're standing on right now in Miami, it used to go for $10,000 an acre, and now it goes for $10 million, $20 million an acre. It's up by a factor of 1,000 in less than 100 years. Same in the Hamptons, same in Manhattan. I grew up in Fairborn, Ohio. The land in Fairborn, Ohio did not go up by a factor of 1,000. Right. The land in the middle of the swamps or the land in the Rocky Mountains doesn't go up. So if I gave you the chance to buy up all of Palm Beach or the Hamptons or Manhattan, any time in the past 100 years, it would have been a good deal. In fact, in 1650, you could have bought Manhattan, 1700. You could buy land in Manhattan every decade for the past 300 years at a price higher than the person that sold it to you bought it for, and it would still be a good investment. The only thing that slightly slows you down is the property tax, but assume there's no property tax, you would buy it and hold it forever. Now, if you're an African or South American or Russian or Chinese, you can't buy land in the United States easily. You don't want to own the land in Africa any more than you want to own the land, in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. It's not going to appreciate. So Bitcoin represents cyber Manhattan. It's 21 million blocks. Everybody with money in the world is going to want to put some of their money there, right? How much of their money? Well, if you lived in Lebanon or Iraq or Syria right now, the money you have in Bitcoin you still have, and the money you have in the local bank you don't have anymore, right? If you need to leave a country or flee for your life, and that happens a lot, the money you have in Bitcoin you get to keep. The money you have in land or buildings or local currencies or a local bank, you lose. So Bitcoin really represents that strongest, greatest city in cyberspace, and it's going to be the center of the digital economy. Like, the really nice thing about it is when you're buying a block or 10 blocks of Manhattan in the year like 1900, you don't know what people are going to do with it, but you kind of figure that all the smart people will move to New York and they'll want that land to build a building on it. You're going to get wealthy because you're holding it. The same is true with Bitcoin. If you're living in Africa or China or Russia or Argentina and you buy Bitcoin, you don't really know what you're going to do with it, but guess what? MicroStrategy just bought $2 billion of it this week. I know what I'm going to do with it, and I bought it at 100,000. So if you bought Bitcoin at 5,000.
So you're the Michael Jordan. You're the Michael Jordan of the analogy, in which if you're buying Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, you're just buying forever. You're never going to stop buying.
Yeah, I'm going to keep buying. I joke. So you said, well, is 100,000 too much? And I said, look, Dave, I'll be buying it at $1 million a coin, and I'll probably be buying it at the rate of $1 billion a day at $1 million a coin, because that's what I do. Just like, you're like, crap, Manhattan real estate's really expensive in 1930. It's a lot more expensive than 1830. I'm like, well, 100 years later, we'll still be buying it and we'll be paying a lot more. The only issue is, can you hold it for that time period? Because people are going to want to buy it.
Economist and gold advocate Peter Schiff stirred debate on Monday by calling on President Joe Biden to sell all of the U.S. government's Bitcoin holdings before leaving office. Schiff, a vocal critic of cryptocurrencies, argued that liquidating the government's Bitcoin stash would not only help reduce the 2024 budget deficit, but also put an end to discussions of creating a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve, which he described as nonsense. The idea of a national Bitcoin reserve has gained traction in recent months, fueled by Senator Cynthia Lummis's Bitcoin Act of 2024 and Donald Trump's vocal support for Bitcoin. The proposal aims to strengthen the U.S. dollar and cement American dominance in the crypto space. Schiff, however, dismissed the initiative as a grave mistake, warning that it would undermine the dollar and weaken the country's financial standing. Schiff's suggestion met with pushback from Bitcoin proponents, who argued that selling off the government's Bitcoin would be short-sighted. One critic cheekily noted that the U.S. would likely end up buying Bitcoin later at a higher price, as global game theory draws rival nations to adopt strategic crypto reserves. Schiff countered that Biden should sell the Bitcoin now, sparing Trump from breaking campaign promises to retain the holdings. This exchange reflects a growing ideological divide over Bitcoin's role in national strategy. While skeptics like Schiff view it as a liability, others see it as an inevitable asset in a digitized global economy. With the U.S. government's Bitcoin holdings valued at $19.33 billion, the debate underscores a pivotal moment in shaping the country's fiscal and geopolitical future. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Saylor. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.